A letter shattered our Thanksgiving, exposing a secret that tore us apart. Anna, 68. A retired nurse stands in the Montana ranch kitchen, turkey's warmth clashing with icy blame. Clutching Mom's locket, she faces family accusations, her caregiving heart heavy. This family drama story unveils emotional family stories. Can forgiveness heal? Family secrets exposed threaten to break bonds, but compassion endures. The Montana ranch stretches wide under a November sky, snow dusting the fields like powdered sugar. Pumpkins glow on the porch, their carved grins mocking the chill. Inside the kitchen, smells of roasting turkey and pine from the forest beyond. I'm Anna, 68, and my hands tremble as I sift through an attic box, the air thick with dust and memory. This is our home, Walter's and mine, but tonight it feels like a stranger's house. My family's coming for Thanksgiving, and their smiles are as forced as the gratitude circle we'll pretend to enjoy. I was a nurse, gave everything to care for Mom in her final years, sleepless nights, endless worry. They blamed me, said I neglected them. Now I'm digging for answers for something to make sense of the hurt. I pull out a faded envelope, my mother's handwriting scrawled across it. To Anna, my strength. My breath catches. I tear it open, and the words hit like a gust. The family debt burden weighs heavy. Forgive them. Debt, what debt? My heart races. Curiosity clawing at me. I clutch the letter, its edges worn, and head downstairs. Walter, 70. My rock turned silent. Chops wood in the yard, his flannel shirt dappled with snow. The axe thuds steady, avoiding my gaze. Walter, I call, voice sharp against the wind. What's this about a debt? He pauses, axe mid-swing, and looks away. Old stuff, Anna. Let it be. Mom wrote this. She said, forgive them. Who you... I step closer, the letter crinkling in my fist. It's nothing, he mutters, resuming his chops. Don't stir trouble before Thanksgiving. I stand frozen unease curling in my gut. Why is he dodging? I think back to those years with Mom, her frail hands, my exhaustion, the family's complaints. Clara, our daughter, said I chose Mom over her. Harold, our son, just nodded along. I gave everything and they blamed me. Was there a debt I didn't know? Did it break us? Inside the kitchen's warm, but I'm cold. I sit at the oak table, Mom's locket around my neck, heavy with memory. Why did they blame me? I gave my heart to Mom, to them. I trace the letter's words, my mind spinning. Forgiveness, Mom said. But how when Walter's hiding something? I close my eyes, seeing Mom's smile, her voice whispering, you're enough. I want to believe her, but the hurt lingers. The doorbell chimes, and Clara's voice cuts through. Mom, we're here. She's 45, a lawyer, all sharp edges and buried pain. Harold, 42. A teacher follows his laugh. Forced. I nod, forcing a smile, the family's motif of pretense. Just want today to be good, I say, but my hands shake. I set Mom's locket on the counter, its silver gleam, my anchor, a signature gesture of strength through those caregiving years, sleepless nights, Mom's frail frame, my heart stretched thin. Clara, 45, slams a pie tin down. Good Mom, you're barely here. Always lost in your head like with Grandma. Her words sting sharp as the knife I grip. Clara. I was there for Mom because she needed me, I say. Voice steady but cracking. You were a kid. I didn't mean to neglect us. She cuts in, eyes blazing. You chose her over me, over Harold. Every day. The kitchen stills the turkey's sizzle, a mocking pulse. I see it then. Clara at 16 alone, while I bathed Mom, my back screaming. I thought I was protecting them, but I left them behind. My chest tightened, sadness flooding. Clara. That's enough, Harold says, stepping between us. Mom did her best. Did she? Clara snaps. We needed her too. Marjorie sets down her spoon, voice calm but firm. We all carry burdens, Clara. Anna carried more than most. She glances at me, then the letter peeking from my pocket. Maybe there's more to it like that letter. Something about a debt. Walter freezes in the doorway, chair in hand. Marjorie, drop it, he says too quick. My heart skips. The letter's debt, does he know I want to press, but Clara's glare holds me. Debt or not, she wasn't there, Clara says, voice breaking. You don't get it, Mom. You broke us, I drop the knife, the clatter echoing. I broke us, I whisper, voice rising. I gave everything, my nights, my health for Mom, for you all. And you blame me, tears prick my eyes, the weight of those years crashing down. I see Mom's face, her plea to forgive, but I'm drowning in their accusations. Anna, calm down, Walter says, stepping closer, but his eyes dodge mine. He's hiding something and it fuels my anger. No, I say, trembling. I'm done pretending. I storm out the screen door, slamming, cold air hitting my face. The ranch fields stretch wide, snow muffling my sobs. I'm not enough, never was. I gave my soul to Mom, and they see only my absence. Honesty, I think, clutching the locket. We need it, or we'll shatter. But how when Walter's secrets and Clara's pain choke us? Inside voices murmur Harold's plea, Clara's sharp retort. I stand alone, the turkey's sizzle fading. Why am I storming out? Because I can't carry their blame anymore. But I'll come back. I have to, for truth, for us. The Montana ranch lies under a brooding sky. Thanksgiving night's storm rumbling like the anger in my chest. Rain lashes the barn, its hay-scented air thick with damp and dust. A far cry from the warm kitchen we abandoned. The turkeys carved, the gratitude circle postponed, and our family's fractures are laid bare. I'm Anna, 68, standing in the barn's dim glow, my boots scuffing straw. Clara faces me, her lawyer's poise cracking, while Marjorie hovers, her mediator's calm a fragile shield. Walter's back at the house, his silence about Mom's letter family debt burden. Forgive them a weight I can't shake. I cared for Mom, my health fraying, and they blamed me. Now Clara's words from this afternoon. You broke us, echo pushing me to confront the pain head on. I clutch Mom's locket, its silver cool against my palm, my signature gesture of strength through those caregiving years. Endless nights, my back aching, Mom's whispers fading. A family photo, creased and worn, sits on a hay bale, our smiles from better days, now a cruel symbol. Clara, I say, voice steady, despite the storm, we need to talk. About Mom, about why you think I neglected you. Clara's eyes flash rain dripping from her coat. Talk. You weren't there, Mom. You chose Grandma over me every single day. I was a kid and you left me alone. Her voice breaks raw with years of hurt. I had no choice, I snap, anger flaring. Mom was dying. I bathed her, fed her, held her when she cried. My health broke, my heart broke, and you think I wanted that? I step closer, the photo trembling in my hand. I see it now. Clara at 16, doing homework alone while I sat by Mom's bed, my vision blurred with exhaustion. You could have asked for help, Clara shouts, voice echoing off the barn walls. But no, you played martyr and we paid for it. Martyr, I choke, tears stinging. I was keeping her alive for us, for you. My chest heaves, a sharp pain flaring. My health's been shaky since those years, a secret I've kept. The storm roars, matching my despair. I rip the photo, its halves fluttering to the straw, a symbol of our shattered bonds. Marjorie steps forward, her voice soft but firm. Anna, Clara, this isn't helping. You're both hurting. Maybe there's more to this, like that letter. Let's sit down soon, all of us. Her eyes meet mine, a hint of mediation, a lifeline I'm too raw to grasp. More, Clara scoffs, but her gaze softens just a flicker. What's the point, Marjorie? She'll never get it. I sink onto a bale, the torn photo at my feet. I get it, Clara, I whisper. I failed you. But I loved you always. Despair washes over me, heavy as the rain. I gave everything, and it wasn't enough. Mom's plea, forgive them, feels impossible when I'm drowning in blame. Compassion, I think, is all I have left. I want to reach Clara, but her pain's a wall. The barn door creaks, Harold's silhouette in the rain. Mom, Clara, come inside. He calls, voice tense. I shake my head, needing this moment. Marjorie touches my shoulder, her warmth a quiet promise. We'll talk, Anna, she murmurs. Tomorrow. I nod, but my heart's heavy. Can Marjorie calm this storm, or are we too broken? I clutch the locket, rain mingling with my tears. Compassion means seeing Clara's pain even when it cuts me. Dialogue might heal us, but tonight I'm lost in the wreckage of our past. The Montana ranch wakes to a hushed morning, the storm's fury spent, leaving snow-draped fields glittering under a pale sun. Inside, the living room glows warm, the fire crackling in the hearth, its embers a quiet promise. Leftover turkey scents linger, mingling with coffee, a nod to the U.S. family game night we might salvage tonight. I'm Anna, 68, curled on the couch, Mom's locket around my neck. It's silver, a steady anchor, my signature gesture through those caregiving years when my strength held Mom, but not my family. Last night's barn fight with Clara. You broke us, left me raw despair, heavy as the rain. Marjorie's words, let's talk. Echo a lifeline I'm scared to trust. I cared for Mom, my health fraying, and they blamed me. Now I'm here hoping dialogue can mend what's torn. Marjorie, 65, sets out mugs her mediators calm a beacon. We're talking today, she says, voice firm. No more running, Anna. She glances at Clara, 45 by the window, her lawyer's poise softened by red-rimmed eyes. Harold, 42, stacks firewood, his teacher's warmth cautious. Walter, 70, lingers near the door. His silence about Mom's letter family debt. Burden a shadow. I nod, heart pounding. Can we heal, Clara? I start. Voice low. I'm sorry I wasn't there. Caring for Mom took everything, but I never meant to hurt you. The words ache raw with truth. I see Mom's frail hands, my nights lost to her care, my heart stretched thin. Clara looks up, eyes wet. I know you tried, Mom, but I was alone, and it hurt. Her voice cracks a tentative smile, flickering a shift from our forced smiles, a motif of healing. I'm sorry, I snapped. I exhale, cautious optimism blooming. I see you now, I say, reaching for her hand. She lets me her grip, hesitant, but real. Harold smiles soft, and Marjorie nods, her plan unfolding. Let's all share, Marjorie says, passing coffee. What's heavy on your hearts? The fire pops a silent scene of shared glances, each face a map of pain and hope. I want to ask Walter about the letter, but his jaw's tight eyes on the floor. Harold clears his throat. I hated seeing you fight. I just want us together. His voice is steady, but his eyes plead. I squeeze Clara's hand, hope fragile but growing. Clara pulls out her phone, frowning. Let's try a group chat. Keep this going. She shows me the screen, and I fumble the tech amaze. Tap here, Mom, she says, patient now. I manage it, a small victory, and we laugh, a rare, warm sound. Seniors like me struggle with tech, but this feels like a bridge. The caregiving weight, my health's quiet toll lingers, but this moment lightens it. Walter shifts uneasy. Good to see you talking, he mumbles. But he's distant, the letter's secret unspoken. I catch Marjorie's eye. She knows something, but she's waiting. Dialogue's working, but trust's thin. I think of Mom's plea, forgive them. Hope's fragile, but it's here in these tentative smiles. I set the locket on the coffee table, its gleam a reminder of strength. Hope through unity, I think, is our path. But can trust last when Walter's hiding something? I sip my coffee, the fire's warmth a faint comfort, ready to try again. The Montana ranch lies quiet beneath a silver-washed sky where stars press through the black like old truths finally surfacing. The storm from last night is past, leaving the porch damp beneath my boots boards, creaking with every step, as though the house itself remembers. The air smells of pine and frost. Inside the refrigerator hums with untouched Thanksgiving leftovers, turkey wrapped in foil cranberry sauce, slowly congealing. But we never made it to the gratitude circle. The words we were supposed to speak stayed locked behind teeth, too weary, too wounded. I'm Anna, 68. My fingers rest on the porch railing, calloused from a lifetime of caregiving and loss. Around my neck hangs Mom's locket, oval gold and worn smooth by years of clutching it when words failed. It's more than jewelry now, it's armor. It reminds me of those long years I spent tending to her needs, patching the fractures in our family with silence and service, while the rest of them lived their lives unburdened. This morning, Clara offered a tentative smile over coffee. A thawing. A chance. But Walter, my husband, hasn't said a word about the letter we found. Mom's final note tucked in the attic beside old photos and a box of hospice supplies. Forgive them, she'd written in her familiar looping hand. Family debt burden. Don't carry it alone. but I did carry it alone. The door behind me clicks softly. Footsteps follow, measured but hesitant. I don't turn, but I know it's Harold, my son. 42 now. A school teacher who hides behind calm words and kind eyes. But tonight, his calm is fraying. He steps into the moonlight, his shadow long and uncertain. "Mom," he says, his voice nearly lost in the breeze. "We need to talk. Just us." I turn to face him, locket glinting in the moonlight. His face is pale, his mouth tight with guilt. There's something in his hand, a folded sheet of paper. Familiar. "What is it?" I ask, though my heart already knows. He doesn't answer right away. Instead, he unfolds the paper with trembling fingers. "It's about the debt Mom mentioned, the one she asked you to forgive. I need to tell you the truth." The paper flutters in the wind between us. It's a copy of the letter. My grip on the railing tightens. "I hid it," he confesses. "That part of it. Years ago, when Grandma was sick, her care cost more than anyone expected. The bills were overwhelming." Dad froze. He couldn't make decisions. So I stepped in, took out a loan, quietly. I stare at him cold, rising from the floorboards. "You?" "What I didn't want to add to your load," he rushes on. "You were taking care of everything, the house, your own health. I didn't want to give you one more thing to worry about." I take a step back, the wood groaning beneath me. My voice hardens. "So instead, you let me think I failed." "No, Mom, please. I was trying to protect you by lying." My voice cracks. All those years, I thought the family resented me because I couldn't do more. I thought I'd broken us. I blame myself. He looks down, ashamed. "I thought it would be better if you never knew. And when Mom died, it just felt too late. I see it now. Him at 30, shoulders hunched in some bank office, signing his name on a loan document, while I was in the next room, spoon-feeding applesauce to his grandmother. I thought he was hiding from the work. He was hiding the truth." My heart pounds with betrayal. And Walter knew. Harold hesitates. "Yes. Eventually. He helped me pay it down over time." The wind picks up. The letter shakes in my hand as if mocking me. "Forgive them," Mom wrote. But she didn't live through this silence, this deceit. "I can't believe this," I whisper. "You both let me carry the shame." "We didn't mean for it to hurt you," Harold pleads. "You were already hurting. I was trying to spare you." My eyes sting. "You weren't protecting me. You were protecting your own comfort. And now you want me to forgive you for letting me think I was the problem?" He's crying now, quiet tears streaking down his cheeks. "I'm sorry, Mom. I really am. I didn't know how to make it right." I turn from him. "You can't," I say, not unkindly, just true. The porch stretches behind me as I walk away, boots crunching the thin layer of snow that settled in the yard. The moonlight is cold on my back. Harold's voice follows, soft, desperate. "Mom, please." But I don't turn around. Forgiveness, I know, is not a light switch. It's a long, bitter road paved with raw truths. I clutch the locket no longer for strength, but for grounding, for memory. My mother asked for mercy. I'm not sure I have it in me tonight. The ranch fades behind me, swallowed by quiet and distance. I walk into the open field beneath stars that have witnessed too many secrets. I don't know if this is the end of us or the painful beginning of something more honest. But for now, I walk alone with the truth finally in the open. Snow drifts softly beyond the window, blanketing the Montana night in white silence. From this small motel room, its flickering neon sign painting the faded wallpaper in restless shadows, I watch the storm build. The hum of a tired fluorescent light above contrasts sharply with the warm glow of the ranch I left behind. That world feels a lifetime away. I'm Anna, 68, slumped on a bed that groans beneath me, its springs as worn as my spirit. Around my neck, Mom's silver locket hangs heavy not just in weight, but in memory. It used to feel like protection. Tonight, it feels like a chain. I left the ranch in the wake of Harold's confession. He'd kept the truth hidden for years, debts tied to Mom's care bills he passed off to me in silence. He let me carry the blame when the finances fell apart. Walter knew, they all knew, and they said nothing. They watched me unravel, watched my health falter, and chose silence. I was the one who bathed her, lifted her frail body when no one else would. I was the one who stayed. Now, in this dim motel room, with its sagging furniture and peeling paint, I sit in exile. Not exiled by force, but by betrayal. They didn't shove me out the door. They just looked away when I needed them most. I hold the locket in my palm, its edges familiar under my fingertips. Inside, Mom's face smiles up at me, tired but loving. I remember her voice soft and certain, calling me her rock. I was. Through long nights when her coughing didn't stop. Through days when my back ached so badly I couldn't stand straight. I ignored the chest pains, the dizziness. I never told anyone about the night I collapsed after putting her to bed, terrified they'd think I couldn't handle it anymore. I wasn't just her caregiver. I was her shadow, her strength, her constant. And still, when the storm broke, they blamed me. Clara's voice still rings in my ears. You broke us, as if I was the one who fractured the family, as if my sacrifice hadn't counted. I reach for the folded letter in my bag, Mom's handwriting trembling across the page. Family debt burden. Forgive them. But how do you forgive people who never saw you? I rise, pacing the threadbare carpet. Outside, the snow muffles the world. Inside, my thoughts are loud. Was all of it my health, my years, my silence? Was it truly worthless to them? I sink to the floor, tears hot on my cheeks, the locket pressed to my chest. Was it for nothing? I whisper the words, barely catching the air. Grief is not just pain, it's invisibility. It's knowing you gave everything and no one noticed. But then through the ache, I hear her. Not in voice, but in memory. Her eyes always finding mine. She saw me. Maybe that's what matters. Maybe I don't need their acknowledgement to know my worth. I did what they didn't. I stayed. I loved. I endured. And maybe it's time I stop carrying their guilt. The room is still. The heater hums. The storm builds. I open the locket again, meeting my mother's gaze. For years, I lived for others quietly, faithfully. But tonight, maybe I take a small step back toward myself. Maybe healing doesn't begin with their apology. Maybe it starts with me. But I also know this story isn't over. The ranch is still there. Clara bitter and grieving. Harold soaked in guilt. Walter the quiet enabler. I don't know if they deserve a second chance, but I know I deserve closure. I wipe my face, gathering the pieces of resolve like scattered threads. I'm alone tonight, but not forever. The snow keeps falling. A hush, a promise. And somewhere inside me, something steadies. I'm not ready to forgive them, not yet. But I am ready to face them. For her. For me. The locket is warm in my palm. My heart aches, but it still beats. And that, for now, is enough. The motel room glows faint under a single lamp, snow crunching softly outside a Montana winter, wrapping the world in quiet. The air's stale, tinged with the hum of a heater, a slice of U.S. motel life, isolated, temporary. I'm Anna, 68, sitting on the bed's edge, Mom's locket in my hands. It's silver, a lifeline, my signature gesture, born in those caregiving years when I held Mom's frail frame, my health fading, my family slipping away. Last night I cried, abandoned by Harold's lie about the dead. Walter's silence, Clara's blame, Mom's letter, family debt burden. Forgive them lies crumpled on the nightstand, its plea heavy. I cared for Mom, gave everything, and they left me here. But a knock at the door stirs me, a sound, cutting through my despair. Marjorie, 65, stands in the snow, her coat dusted white, eyes warm but worried. Anna, you can't hide forever, she says, stepping inside her boots, leaving wet prints. Her mediator's calm, honed over years, feels like home, and my throat tightens. I clutch the locket connection, sparking in the cold. Marjorie, why'd you come? I ask, voice hoarse. They don't want me back. She sits beside me, the bed creaking. They're hurting too, especially Walter. Let me tell you something. Her voice softens, pulling me back years ago. Mom's room, the air heavy with medicine. Marjorie and I sat by her bed, Mom's eyes bright despite her frailty. "You're my strength, Anna," Mom said, her hand in mine. "And you, Marjorie, my heart. Together you'll carry us." I see it clear, Mom's smile, my exhaustion, Marjorie's quiet support. I carried Mom, but Marjorie carried me in ways I forgot. "You were her rock," Marjorie says, eyes glistening. "But it cost you your health, your kids. I saw it even if they didn't." Her words pierce the caregiving burden real again, nights of chest flutters. Fear I'd collapse, but I kept going. "Walter's ashamed," she adds, voice low. "He knew about Harold's loan, the debt for Mom's care. He couldn't face you, not with how much you gave." I gasp, the locket slipping through my fingers. Walter knew all along. The family secret sharpens Harold's debt. Walter's guilt, tied to Mom's care. My sacrifice. Hope flickers, mixed with pain. "Why didn't he tell me he's broken?" Anna Marjorie says. "He thinks he failed you." She squeezes my hand. The snows crunch, outside a steady rhythm, a sound anchoring us. "You're stronger than this." Mom saw it. "Come back, face him. We need you." I stand pacing, the motel's shadows shifting. Resilience stirs a spark from Mom's words. I gave everything and they faltered. But Marjorie's here believing in me. Dialogue can rebuild us if I'm brave. I think of Clara's hurt, Harold's guilt, Walter's shame. Mom's plea forgive them feels closer possible. I'm not alone, not anymore. I open the locket, Mom's photo, smiling, a symbol of my endurance. "I'll try," I say, voice steady. Marjorie nods her warmth, a promise. The snow falls, a Montana community's quiet support neighbors who'd welcome me back. I'm ready to face Walter, to demand truth, to heal. But can I when his guilt runs so deep? The door clicks shut behind Marjorie, her footsteps fading. Will I face Walter or stay in this cold? I clutch the locket heart, lifting resilience, my guide. The Montana ranch kitchen is still bathed in the soft glow of a single lamp, the clock ticking past midnight. The air carries the faint scent of leftover turkey and sage, a quiet remnant of a Thanksgiving that tore us apart. The snow outside has stopped leaving the fields, hushed, a late-night family talk unfolding in the heart of this old house, a U.S. tradition of truths spoken in the dark. I'm Anna, 68, sitting at the oak table, Mom's locket around my neck, my signature gesture, a symbol of strength from those caregiving years when I held Mom's fading life, my health fraying, my family slipping away. I returned from the motel tonight, Marjorie's words, "You're stronger than this," spurring me on. Harold's debt confession and Walter's guilt shook me, but I'm here facing Clara, 45, whose eyes hold a storm I don't yet understand. Clara stands by the sink, her lawyer's poise gone, hands twisting a dish towel. "Mom," she says, voice barely above a whisper. "I need to tell you something." Her glance, guilty like it was in the barn, catches the light and my heart quickens, sensing another secret tied to Mom's letter family debt burden. Forgive them. Marjorie, my sister, 65, trails with a pie, her eyes scanning for peace. I tuck the letter in my pocket, heart pounding. They hug me, but it's stiff like we're strangers playing family. I catch Walter's glance, his jaw tight. What's he hiding? We gather in the living room, pumpkins flickering. Clara fusses with her phone, muttering about a video call. "Mom, why's your Wi-Fi so slow?" she snaps. I flinch, feeling not good enough. I tried learning her tech, but it's a maze. Marjorie soothes. "Let's focus on gratitude tomorrow." I nod, but my mind's on the letter. Debt, forgiveness, truth. I pour coffee, hands steadying. Clara, Harold. "You ever hear Mom mention a debt?" I ask casual. Clara frowns. "Grandma? No?" "Why, just found an old letter," I say, watching Walter. He shifts eyes on the fire. "Probably nothing," Harold says too quick. My stomach twists. Are they all hiding something? I sit by the hearth, Mom's locket warm against my skin. I was strong for her, but it cost me. Sleepless nights, my health fraying, and they never saw. I think of forgiveness, how it might free me, but truth comes first. I need to know what Walter's keeping back, what this debt means. I glance at my family, their chatter hollow. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, our chance to heal or break. What's Walter hiding? I clutch the letter, resolve hardening. I'll find the truth, even if it hurts. Thanksgiving morning dawns crisp, the Montana ranch bathed in pale sunlight. Snow blankets the fields, sparkling like a promise, but the air's heavy with unspoken words. Inside the kitchen hums turkey roasts, cinnamon swirls from pumpkin pies cooling on the counter, a U.S. tradition as old as this house. I'm Anna, 68, stirring gravy, my hands steady, but my heart not. Clara, Harold, and Marjorie bustle in their smiles, forced like actors in a play we've rehearsed too long. Walter's outside splitting wood, avoiding last night's talk about Mom's letter. Family debt burden, it said. Forgive them. I want to ask again, but the family's here, and I'm trying to hold us together. I cared for Mom, gave my all, and they blamed me. Now I'm not sure I'm enough. Clara, 45, sets the table, her lawyer's precision in every clink of silverware. Mom, why's everything so cluttered? She says, eyeing my mismatched plates. Her voice cuts sharp as the November wind. I like them, I say, forcing a smile. They're ours. They're old, she snaps, rearranging. You could upgrade, like your Wi-Fi. I tried a video call for work and it's useless. How do you even function? I flinch, heat rising. I'm trying, Clara. Tech's not my world. I fumble with my phone, the screen a blur. I wanted to learn for her, but caregiving left no time. My back ached from lifting Mom, my nights lost to her needs. Clara never saw. Harold, 42, unpacks groceries, his teacher's calm, a thin veneer. Let's keep it light, he says, smile tight. It's Thanksgiving, but his eyes dart to Clara, then me like he's bracing for a storm. Marjorie, 65. My sister kneads dough, her mediator's calm, a quiet anchor. We'll do a gratitude circle tomorrow, she says. Focus on what binds us. I nod, but Clara's words sting. Not good enough. I set out Mom's locket on the table, a silver gleam, my signature gesture of strength. I wore it through those years. Mom's frail hands, her whispers. You're my rock. I was. But it cost me Clara's childhood. Harold's trust. Clara helped with the pies. I ask, voice soft, hoping to bridge the gap. She sighs loud. I'm busy, Mom. You always handled Grandma's stuff alone. Why need me now? The room stills her words a blade. I freeze, gravy spoon dripping. She's right, I was with Mom, not her. But I had no choice. My health frayed, my heart broke, and they blamed me. Clara, Harold says gentle but firm, that's not fair. Isn't it? She shoots back, eyes flashing. She chose Grandma over us. I step to the porch, the cold biting my cheeks. The ranch stretches silent snow, muffling my hurt. I'm not enough, never was. I see Mom's face, her voice echoing. Forgive them. But how, when Clara's anger burns, I clutch the locket, its weight grounding me. Compassion, I think. I have to try for our family's sake. I cared for Mom out of love, but I lost Clara somewhere. Dialogue might heal us if I'm brave enough. Inside, laughter falters, forced smiles, a motif of our broken bonds. Walter stomps in snow on his boots. Table looks nice, he says, avoiding my gaze. I want to ask about the letter, the debt, but Clara's watching her phone buzzing. Work call, she mutters, stepping out. I'm left with the pies. The silence and a question, will Clara escalate, or can we find peace? I stir the gravy, heart heavy. Compassion's hard when I'm the one hurting. But I'll try for Mom, for us. Tomorrow's gratitude circle might be our chance or our breaking point. The Montana ranch kitchen pulses with life. Thanksgiving afternoon sun filtering through frosted windows. The turkey sizzles in the oven, its rich aroma mingling with sage and butter, a Montana potluck tradition we're upholding. Potatoes boil steam, curling like unspoken truths. I'm Anna, 68, chopping carrots, my knife's rhythm a fragile tether to calm. Clara's setting out pies, Harold's mashing yams, and Marjorie's stirring cranberry sauce, her mediator's eye watchful. Walter's hauling chairs for the gratitude circle, his silence louder than ever. Mom's letter burns in my pocket. Family debt burden, forgive them. Clara's snap yesterday cut deep, and I'm still raw, feeling not good enough. I cared for Mom, my health crumbling, and they blamed me. Now I'm trying to keep us whole, but the air's thick with tension. Harold, 42, glances at me. His teacher's warmth strained. Mom, you okay? He asks, voice low like he senses the storm. What is it, Clara? I ask, gripping the locket, shock already coiling. I cared for Mom, gave everything, and their blame, Clara's, Harold's, Walter's, nearly broke me. Now, another truth. She steps closer, pulling Mom's old recipe book from a drawer, its pages worn from years of family meals. This, she says, opening it to a hidden envelope, bank statements tucked inside. I helped with Grandma's care, paid some bills quietly so you wouldn't worry. Her voice cracks raw with guilt. I stare the papers trembling in my hand. You paid, I whisper, shock flooding me. I see it clear, Clara in her 30s, wiring money late at night, her face tense as I tended Mom, my chest fluttering from stress, unaware she was easing my load. Why hide it? I saw you breaking, Mom, Clara says, tears spilling. You were so tired, your health fading. I thought if you knew you'd feel worse, like you weren't enough. I wanted to protect you, like you protected Grandma. Her words hit hard, a twist I never saw Clara not just hurt, but helping, carrying her own burden. You let me think you hated me, I say, voice rising the recipe book, a heavy symbol of our shared pain. All those years blaming me for neglecting you and you were helping, I stand, pacing the kitchen's quiet, pressing in. My caregiving years, sleepless nights, heart flutters. Clara's coldness take new shape. She was there in her way, but her silence cut deep. I'm sorry, Clara sobbed, sinking into a chair. I was angry, too. Angry I couldn't do more, angry you were gone. I messed up, Mom. Her eyes meet mine, pleading, and I see her guilt tied to the caregiving stress we both carried, her neglect a mirror to my own. I pause, the locket warm against my skin. Empathy stirs unexpected, softening the shock. Clara hurt me, but she loved me too, in her flawed way. Dialogue can clarify this. I think Mom's plea, forgive them closer now. Why now, Clara? I demand, voice steady. Why tell me now? Because we're falling apart, she says. Voice raw. I can't lose you again. I sit the recipe book between us, its recipes a map of our past. Empathy's power, I think, might save us. But can I trust Clara after all the hidden truths? The kitchen's quiet, holds my question, the night waiting for my answer. The Montana Ranch dining room glows under warm lamplight, a late Thanksgiving spread laid out like a fragile truce. Snow dusts the windows, but inside the air's thick with the scent of reheated turkey, mashed potatoes, and cranberry sauce. A U.S. Thanksgiving tradition reborn. The gratitude circle's finally here, a week late, but heavy with purpose. I'm Anna, 68, at the table's head. Mom's locket gleaming at my throat. My signature gesture of strength from those caregiving years when I carried Mom's weight, my health faltering, my family fracturing. Clara's confession, she hid help to ease my stress, shifted something, and Marjorie's visit pulled me back from the motel's despair. But Walter's guilt, tied to Harold's hidden debt, festers. I cared for Mom, gave everything, and they kept secrets. Tonight, I demand truth, Clara, 45. Arranges napkins, her lawyer's poise softened by guilt. Harold, 42, pours water, his teacher's calm strained. Marjorie, 65, sets out pies, her mediator's eye watchful. Walter, 70, sits rigid, his hands clenched, avoiding Mom's letter on the table. Family debt burden, forgive them. Tension hums the room's warmth, a thin veil over our wounds. I clear my throat, heart pounding. We're here for honesty, I say, voice steady. No more secrets. Walter, Harold. Clara speak. Harold shifts eyes down. I told you, Mom. I hid the loan for Grandma's care to protect you. I'm sorry. His voice cracks genuine, a smile flickering, not forced, but real, a motif of healing. Clara nods her gaze, meeting mine. I helped pay it, kept it quiet. I thought it'd spare you, but I was wrong. Her apologies raw, her smile tentative, joining Harold's. I feel relief, but Walter's silence cuts deep. Walter. I say sharp. You knew. About the debt, Harold's loan, all of it. Why hide it? My hands tremble, the locket warm against my skin. I see Mom's bed, my nights lost to her care, my heart fluttering with stress. I buried. They blamed me, and he let me carry it. Walter's jaw tightens, eyes wet. Anna, He stops, voice breaking. The room stills, the fires crackle loud. I was ashamed, he says finally. I couldn't pay for her care. Harold stepped in, and I let him let you take the blame. I failed you. Tears spill, his hands shaking. I'm sorry, more than I can say. I gasp, relief and pain colliding. The family secrets out the debt, Walter's guilt tied to my caregiving, my unseen burden. You let me think I broke us, I whisper, tears falling. But you were hurting too. I see him then. Walter, my rock, crumbling under shame, unable to face me. Clara reaches for my hand, Harold for Walter's. We all messed up, Clara says, voice soft. Can we start over? Her smile's real, mirrored by Harold's, Marjorie's. I nod, tension, easing relief washing over me like the snow outside. Marjorie lifts the letter, its words a beacon. This says forgive, she says. Maybe we can together. I take it, the paper worn, and read aloud. Forgive them. Positive justice. I think truth heals, not punishes. Dialogue's our path. This table, our start. I set the locket beside the letter, its gleam a symbol of endurance. Let's try. I say, my smile, genuine, joining theirs. The caregiving stress, my health's quiet toll, lifts slightly shared now. But can I forgive all when the hurt runs so deep the fire glows and we're closer but not whole, not yet? Dawn stretches its golden fingers across the Montana plains, casting a soft light over the ranch porch, where snow glistens like scattered diamonds. The cold air carries the scent of pine and wood smoke crisp and clean, as if the land itself is exhaling. I'm Anna, 68 this winter, resting my hands on the wooden railing, its grooves familiar beneath my fingertips. Around my neck, warm against the chill, hangs Mom's locket. It's more than jewelry. It's memory. It's duty. It's the silent testament to the years I spent as her caregiver, holding her paper-thin hands, while my own strength quietly ebbed away. Last night, truth spilled, Walter's confession of guilt, Harold's quiet acknowledgement of debt. Clara's whispered support. There was pain, but there was also release. The unspoken tensions we carried for years had finally surfaced. Yet even in the clarity, something lingers, an ache, not from what they did, but from what I allowed myself to carry alone. I never once stopped to ask why they turned distant, why their silence deepened. I assumed blame was mine to absorb, that their resentment was punishment I deserved. But tucked in my pocket now is Mom's final letter, written in her soft, shaky hand. Forgive them, Anna. Family debt doesn't always mean money. Only now do I understand. She wasn't just asking me to absolve them of what they failed to say, she was begging me to forgive myself. I cared for her with every fiber of my being. I gave everything. But I also withdrew. I held my breath for years, expecting them to see the weight I carried without ever offering it up for them to hold. The sky lightens peach, giving way to blue, and still the land is quiet. But my thoughts race loud in the hush of morning. I remember Clara sobbing into her textbook late at night. Harold always polite, always distant, never asking for more. Walter sighing at the ranch gate, shoulders slumped under burdens he never voiced. Back then I saw them as neglectful, but I never once asked, "What are you carrying?" I assumed I was the only one bearing pain. I realize now I didn't just suffer in silence, I silenced them too. With clumsy fingers, I pull out my phone. Tech has never been my strength, but last night I somehow managed to post a photo our family gathered at the table, faces lit with something that looked like hope. That simple image has spread like wildfire. Neighbors have shared it, strangers commented. Such a beautiful family. Me, who still types with one finger, who once thought Facebook was a kind of yearbook, now I feel connected. My generation often feels left behind by all this, but today, technology brought me closer to my children. The porch door creaks. Clara steps out, coffee steaming in her hand. "Mom, that photo's gone viral," she laughs, her lawyer's polish softened by something warmer. "You're kind of a star." Her smile is real shy maybe, but no longer guarded. "Clara," I begin steady but low. "I need to say something. I thought you blamed me. I never asked what you needed, why you were hurting. I was too busy carrying everything alone. That was my mistake." Her eyes widen, then soften. "Oh, Mom," she whispers. "I should have said something too. I thought I had to be strong for you. I'm sorry." She steps closer and wraps her arms around me. It's not just a hug, it's a letting go. Harold joins us, his teacher's calm, radiating warmth. "I messed up, too," he says, voice quiet. "I didn't know how to help, so I stayed away. I shouldn't have." And then Walter appears, his face more lined than I remember, eyes rimmed with years of unspoken regret. "I let you carry too much," he says, voice rough. "That wasn't fair. Can you forgive me?" I nod, tears warming my cheeks. My voice fails, but my smile doesn't. For the first time in decades, I feel whole. Marjorie steps out last, a pie in her hands. "Breakfast," she asks with a gentle grin, her presence the quiet glue of this family. I lift the locket from my neck and rest it gently on the railing. Its gold gleams in the morning light. For so long it symbolized burden. Now it shines with resilience, with love. My caregiving, my quiet sacrifices, they're no longer invisible. Not to them, and finally not to me. We're not fully healed. Maybe we never will be. But we are closer, honest, open. Will we drift again? Maybe. But for now, in the stillness of a new day, I am ready to keep walking forward with them. The dining room of our Montana ranch glows beneath a canopy of twinkling lights, a belated Thanksgiving celebration blooming with warmth and gratitude. Outside, snowflakes drift softly from a pewter sky, blanketing the pasture in quiet white. But inside, the air is thick with laughter and the aroma of roasted turkey, cinnamon-spiced pumpkin pie, and steaming mulled cider. It feels like the whole town has arrived, neighbors and family, shoulder-to-shoulder voices, rising in a joyful chorus, plates overflowing from a patchwork of potluck dishes. It's more than a holiday, it's a healing. I'm Anna, 68, sitting near the center of it all. Around my neck hangs Mom's old silver locket, polished with time, a quiet emblem of the years I cared for her, years that tested me more than anyone knew. There were nights I thought I'd collapse my own health, buckling under the weight of caregiving secrets and strained family ties. But tonight is different. The tension that once fractured us has softened into something else, something stronger. Forgiveness. To my right, Clara, 45, passes the stuffing bowl, her sharp lawyer's confidence balanced by a warm smile that lights her face. "Mom, this is perfect," she says, her fingers briefly brushing mine. Her tone carries no tension now, just love. Harold, 42, animated and full of humor, recounts a story from his classroom, his voice pulling laughter from the table like a magician draws scarves from his sleeve. Across from me, Marjorie, 65. Once the family's quiet diplomat refills wine glasses with a contented ease I haven't seen in years, and Walter, my brother, 70, once closed off by guilt and fear, sits beside me, his weathered hand resting in mine. His remorse has found grace, and in turn, so have I. The neighbors who surround us, Tom, Sarah, old friends from as far back as childhood, bring more chairs, more food, more warmth. The boundaries between family and community blur as they always do out here in Montana. That's the beauty of it. On the sideboard, an old family photo sits propped up, carefully mended with clear tape. It once held painful memories, but tonight it glows a quiet totem of reconciliation. I rise slowly, glass in hand, emotion rising to my throat. To forgiveness, I say, my voice steady but full. The chatter stills, to family, to beginning again. For a moment, silence hangs in the air, charged hopeful. Then the room bursts into applause and cheers, glasses clinking with a sense of shared triumph. Smiles bloom across faces, genuine and unforced, like spring after a long frost. The joy in me is real earned. I remember the sleepless nights beside Mom's bed, hiding my symptoms so she wouldn't worry. The cost was high. But so is the reward. Harold grins suddenly. "Remember that Christmas," he says, nudging Clara. "You burned the cookies and we still ate them like it was gourmet." Laughter erupts. Clara swats at him, chuckling. "You were the one who distracted me with your terrible singing." More stories follow, Tom's tale of rescuing a neighbor's tractor, Sarah's potluck disaster with salt instead of sugar. We're planning already next Thanksgiving, a summer barbecue, a family camping trip. We're not just okay, we're building again. Walter squeezes my hand, his voice barely above a whisper. "I'm proud of you," he says. "You held us together when we didn't even know we were breaking." My heart swells. "We all did," I reply. Eventually. Marjorie sets down a slice of pecan pie. No words. just a smile that says everything. I reach for the locket and gently place it next to the photo. It glints beneath the soft chandelier light, a silent reminder of endurance, of choosing dialogue over distance, love over pride. Reconciliation, I realize, is not a single act. It's a series of choices. And tonight, we chose each other. A buzz from my phone catches my eye. That sunrise photo, the one Clara snapped of me and Mom's locket glowing against my sweater, has gone viral. The caption reads, "This is family." Dozens of neighbors have shared it, their comments pouring in. For years, I thought no one saw what I carried. But now they do. And that means something. As the fire crackles in the hearth, voices tangle into future plans and second servings. I breathe deeply. The air tastes like cinnamon and something more peace. Share your story, I think, imagining anyone watching this from afar. Let people know it's never too late. Because it isn't. Not for healing, not for love. We are not perfect, but we are whole. And this ranch, this room full of clinking glasses and open hearts is home. At last. We hug our laughter, a Montana Thanksgiving glow. Neighbors' voices weaving us tight. Forgiveness healed us. Clara's pain, Harold's debt, Walter's guilt, my silence through honest dialogue. Compassion rebuilt our bonds, proving love finds a way. Like caregiving's unseen weight, your family's rifts can mend with listening. Reconciliation endures when we try. Share your story. Let hope unite us.